At the turn of the 20th century, the concept of a safe home was a dangerous illusion. Inside the beautifully decorated bedrooms of Victorian and Edwardian families, a crying child was not treated with simple rest or warm tea. Parents walked down to the local corner pharmacy, desperate for a cure. What they brought back were elegant, beautifully labeled glass bottles containing some of the most addictive and destructive narcotics on the planet, completely legal and highly recommended. In 1898, the prestigious German pharmaceutical giant Bayer launched a revolutionary product aimed directly at families: heroin. Marketed as a non-addictive substitute for morphine, this clear, sweet syrup was sold globally as a miracle cough suppressant for infants. Medical advertisements proudly displayed imagery of healthy, smiling children reaching for the bottle. Parents gave spoonfuls of pure diacetylmorphine to babies, watching them sink into a deep, unnatural silence. But the pharmaceutical madness did not stop with respiratory syrups. For infants screaming in agony due to teething, pharmacies offered another terrifyingly direct solution: cocaine toothache drops, sold for just 15 cents a box. These liquid drops were rubbed directly onto the bleeding gums of teething infants. The powerful alkaloid provided instant numbness, but it also injected a highly potent nervous system stimulant straight into the developing brains of newborns. Society celebrated these commercial elixirs as triumphs of modern chemistry. The market was flooded with soothing syrups, medicated wines, and pastilles that promised instant relief for everything, from a common cold to a fussy disposition. But beneath the golden liquid and the pristine porcelain counters of the pharmacies, a silent, unseen epidemic was taking root. Millions of citizens, from newborn infants to wealthy housewives, were becoming functional, severe drug addicts. The biological trap was perfectly disguised. Because these products were manufactured by reputable scientists and sold in beautiful packaging, the public trusted them blindly. No one understood that the comforting warmth a child felt after swallowing a dose of cough syrup was the first stage of severe chemical dependency. The dark underbelly of the Gilded Age was built on a foundation of medicated children and corporate denial. The clock continues to tick. The commercial illusion of a safe cure could not hold against the grim reality of biology. It didn't take long for the sweet, golden liquid to reveal its dark nature. A few hours after the last spoonful, the child would wake up, not recovered, but restless. Parents watched in terror as their infants began to display violent, unexplained symptoms: intense vomiting, pale skin, cold sweat, and high-pitched, agonizing screams. The magic had dissolved into a severe state of physical withdrawal. The path to addiction was invisible from the outside. Because these products were recommended by scientists and doctors, society was blind to the industrial demographic devastation. But inside the body, the mechanism was flawless. Heroin and cocaine systematically short-circuited the neurological systems. Modern medicine was unknowingly training the soft tissues of newborns and housewives to crave a devastating chemical balance that was destroying them. By the dawn of the 1920s, the Gilded Age's facade of elegant remedies had completely crumbled. The results were walking the cold, gray streets of major cities. Entire generations were broken. In low-income working-class neighborhoods, thousands of functional drug addicts who began their addictions with cough syrup formed a desperate subculture. The medical community watched in silence as the promising commercial logic turned into a public health catastrophe. This era was a masterclass in systematic denial. Pharmacists continued to sell the products, fueled by massive profits, ignoring the physical decay at their counters. The fashion and style was built on a foundation of medicated children and corporate power. For over 20 years, the true cost of these safe elixirs was not in their price tag, but in the fragmented minds and destroyed cognitive survival of a trusting society. The clock continues to tick. The era of freely accessible narcotics was a bleak, unregulated free-for-all, It was a dark time where commercial interests and chemical ignorance formed a devastating alliance, creating an endless cycle of suffering. The Gilded Age proved that the absence of strict clinical oversight turns commerce into a toxic environment. Medicine allowed a known neurotoxin to line the nurseries of the living. The price of survival was paid in bone dust. The mid-20th century forced a brutal, historic reckoning upon the pharmaceutical empire. The horrifying realization that major corporations had legally commercialized severe chemical dependency triggered a global revolution in medicine. Governments stepped in, stripping these dangerous narcotics from the open market. Out of this public health catastrophe, a new era of absolute vigilance was born, permanently changing how humanity defines a safe remedy. This scientific dawn permanently replaced the unregulated free-for-all with ironclad regulatory institutions. These agencies, like the FDA and Anvisa, rose to become the ultimate gatekeepers of human health. The era of selling addictive poison over the counter vanished. In its place, science demanded a ruthless, systematic barrier. Every new molecular compound would now have to survive years of brutal scrutiny before it could ever touch a patient's tongue. Today, the ghost of the medicated nursery is locked away behind a fortress of modern clinical trials. The process of creating a medicine is an exquisite exercise in absolute safety. Before a single pill reaches a pharmacy shelf, it must pass through rigorous, multi-phase human testing protocols, proving not only its raw efficacy, but its absolute structural safety. The corporate chaos of the past has been replaced by cold, hard data. Inside contemporary pharmacology labs, the environment is immaculate, white, and completely controlled. Highly advanced automated machinery scans chemical purity down to the molecular level. We no longer trust commercial labels blindly. We rely on blind studies, statistical control groups, and uncompromising biosafety standards. The modern medicine cabinet is a sacred shield, built to protect the body without destroying the future. The true price of our clinical security was paid in the silent dependence and shattered nurseries of the old world. We walked through the deceptive golden warmth of dangerous elixirs and the cold, gray streets of early addiction to reach this pinnacle of modern safety. The era of corporate poison disguised as a cure is dead. True science has finally taken the wheel, ensuring that medicine heals without enslaving. The clock has stopped. Thank you for traveling back to this dark era with us. What part of medical history shocked you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and share it with other history lovers. This was Morbid Medicine, and we will see you in our next Dark Archive.